What's up everybody? Welcome back to another video by TrunkFreshGreen34, and today we have something that I can't even really believe exists in 2023. Today we are reviewing Cars 2 Mack, specifically the re-release from Vietnam. And yeah, this thing kind of just blows my mind because Cars 2 Mack has not seen a release since his debut in 2011. They've released Cars 1 Mack over and over. They've released Cars 3 Mack over and over. They've done Jocko Flocko Mack, which also has not been re-released since its debut. But Cars 2 Mack, they've just, like, it's a main Mack variation, and they just have never touched it more than once. In 2011, when Cars 2 came out, they decided to keep the hauler line going, but because there were, like, no haulers in Cars 2 that kind of matched the same style as, like, Mack and, Wally, those were the other style. They decided literally the only two releases were going to be Mack from Cars 2 and a re-release of the Wal-Mart hauler. And that was it. That was the extent of it. Wally hauler obviously kept getting re-released, but Cars 2 Mack never did. So the fact that he's back in 2023 is crazy. Like, I remember, like, when this was found in a store, I honestly thought this was like a custom package someone did, because the box, as we'll take a look at the box in a minute, but the box does not say Cars 2 Mack on the front anyway. It just says Mack Hauler. So I honestly thought someone just, like, took a Cars 2 Mack from their collection and put it in the package and were trying to, like, trick people or something, but no. This is something that they actually re-released. And it's something that I bet most collectors probably don't have, because it's just never been made easily available since its debut. I think even when it did come out, it was rare, like back in 2011. So yeah, absolutely ecstatic that this guy is back. So happy. Very glad I was able to get one. Now you might have noticed, I'm kind of cheating with this video. I've already opened Cars 2 Mack, and that is because hauler packages usually take a bit to open, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna open this off camera just so it's a little bit easier. And haulers also have that, like, clear plastic on the front of the box. And when I was doing my Chick Hicks hauler review, it almost basically acted as a face reveal for me. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna take the plastic off beforehand this time. I am still gonna show the package though. Just for completion purposes, fully completing this review because I show the package of everything. So we will move this truck to the side, and we will show off the background here, which looks great. I love that we actually have this, like, full high quality Red Riders Stadium background. Like, it's completely visible in full view, something that you can only see on the haulers. So yeah, looks really, really great. Of course, we got the Disney Pixar Cars logo up here. We have artwork of Cars 3 Lightning McQueen, and I think I talked about this in the Chick Hicks hauler video, I'm not sure. But they have this McQueen art on all the haulers. Personally, I wish that they kind of used either artwork specific to the team that the hauler is for, so like McQueen for Mack, Chick Hicks for the Chick Hicks hauler, the King for the Gray hauler, etc. Instead of just McQueen, or at the very least switching this out for, like, Hudson, Hornet, Piston, Cup McQueen. But that would have been too much work, of course, so they didn't do that. And then, like I said earlier, it just says Mack hauler on the front. It doesn't say Cars 2 Mack. It does specify that on the back, but that has another kind of interesting story to it that I'll touch upon in a moment. Yeah, it just says Mack hauler in a couple different languages on the, like, tire tread background there. And then on the back, we do have this nice picture of Cars 2 Mack. This is as close as we're ever going to get to, like, a Cars 2 Mack stock photo, I believe. We don't have, like, a front-facing one, to my knowledge. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that that's not a thing. And it shows, like, Cars 1 McQueen inside as well, which is very, very weird. I don't know why. I guess it's because they just had him on hand. But then, now that I think about it, I'm actually pretty sure that they used the Cars 1 McQueen on, like, the Cars 2 Mack back when they first released him. I think that was something they did back then as well. So I think they've just reused this entire image from 2011. I could be wrong, but I think that's what happened. And then in the top right, I did kind of ruin this when I was taking the tape off, but it does say as seen in Cars 2. Love that they kept that on the hauler packages. And that is interesting because the first re-release of Cars 2 Mack, which came out in late 2022, it did not say as seen in Cars 2, but the recent releases have said it. So I think that the one that came out last year was like a 2022 release, and then we got a separate 2023 release. So very, very glad that they re-released them at all, regardless of what it says. So yeah, Cars 2 Mack, I don't really think this needs much introduction. Obviously, it appears in Cars 2. We see it when we're kind of cut to Radiator Springs for the first time. McQueen has just come home, and Mack now has this new paint job. Well, not really paint job, but new decals reflecting Lightning McQueen's Hudson Hornet Piston Cup decals, which is really, really awesome. Now, I'm going to try and detach them. Ooh, just like completely flung open the back there. I had a problem in my Chick X hauler video where I just couldn't get them detached. I was able to do it off camera, but yeah, you just have to like really push, and I don't want to do that right now. So we're just going to kind of review it like this. We'll get a little up close and personal with Mack here. Hope that's okay. Obviously, he's got Mack proudly displayed right up front here on this like silver front grille here. I like the expression, but I'm pretty sure this is just what they've been using for Mack for the last several years. Like, I think this perfectly matches Cars 3 Mack. Could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I think this is just Cars 3 Mack. Something that happened when, not even when Vietnam and Thailand came in. This was something that China actually started doing, to my knowledge. They were giving Mack these, like, black outlines around his eyes. Because Mack is funny. He doesn't have, like, a singular connected, like, eyes like, say, Matty McGear does. It's all one thing. All one white space. Mack has two separate I don't know what to say, eye sockets, I guess, which is normal. That's, like, what a human would have. So it's very weird that Mack has that, but, like, no other car has that, to my knowledge. I think most of the other trucks do. Like, I'm looking in the background and I can see, like, Chet Boxcar, Paul Valdez, and Jerry Recycled Batteries have that. But most cars don't. So it's very, very interesting. I don't know if I like the black outlines on it, though. I don't know, it just looks a little bit distracting, personally. I think it is more realistic this way, but I don't know, not a huge fan. Now, the top of the cap has been changed from the Cars 1 and 3 design, of course. It's got the Rust-eze logo still, but it's on this like dark red background, and it's got these two like faint red lightning bolts there, which looks pretty good. I'm not really a fan of the dark red clashing with like the rest of the bright red body. That's something that Vietnam has struggled with their Macks, is just the cap. Sometimes it's just the complete wrong color from the rest of the body and trailer, and it looks awful. I don't know why that happens, but yeah. It's not as bad here as some of the Cars 3 Mack variants, because here it's just this front piece, but I don't know. I'm still not a huge fan. Of course, it says Mack here as well. 95 with the kind of stylized lightning bolt that Hudson Hornet Piston Cup McQueen has. Kind of goes behind the 95, comes up, overlaps a bit, and then goes that way. Very, very nice. And he has all of these standard details you would find on a Mack trailer, like the steps up into the door, which is this is the door handle, and he's got his lights on the side here. You can kind of see here, but you got his pipes, or exhaust pipes. I don't remember what the exact names were for these. Smokestacks? I don't know. I struggled with that in the Chick X hauler review as well, because like I have talked about many times on this channel, I'm not really up to date on car anatomy. I don't really know a lot of that. It's funny. I love the Cars movies, don't know much about cars in real life. It's interesting how that works out. And you can see he's got these like cords kind of in the back. There's a black one and a red one. Again, it's very hard to see. You can kind of see the red one there. But yeah. Now moving on to the trailer portion, we have this lovely artwork of Hudson Hornet Piston Cup McQueen. I'm so glad that they actually changed it, and it's not just Cars 1 McQueen with like the Hudson Hornet decals. No, it is the actual artwork of that paint job, which looks great. And it's kind of hard to see because of the lighting, but there's this like dark red, almost stylized bolt, and you can kind of see there and here, that kind of goes behind McQueen, and you can see like a darker red outline of it there. and you can see some of it even like shoots off on this side. Got the big Rust-eze logo there, and then 95 Lightning McQueen and the Hudson Hornet Piston Cup lightning bolt. And then it says Rust-eze, followed by proud sponsor of Team Lightning McQueen with McQueen's signature. And it also says follow me to Radiator Springs, which is really, really fun. I love how McQueen was like so determined to get Radiator Springs back on the map that he's basically advertising it, or Mack is basically advertising it for him, which is super, super fun. I love that. He has tons of contingency sponsors here too, which are all very, very clear. That's something I talked about in Chick's video as well. The Vietnam decals on the haulers are really, really well done. We got RPM, Little Torquey Pistons, Nitro-8, Mood Springs. And then over here we got gaskets, no stall, easy idle, vinylene, octane gain, retread, leakless, revolting, shifty drug, toe cap, Transbury juice, shiny wax, tank coat, and Casprin. Don't know why he needs that many. I feel like that would make more sense on the Chick Hicks hauler because Chick is known for how many contingency sponsors he has. But yeah, it is absolutely crazy how many McQueens got there. And of course, they kind of follow the shape of the trailer. Start up here, go down, across, up on an angle, and then over. So that's fun. And then we have this part. I said port, I'm trying to say part. This part of the trailer, the door. So this is interesting. I believe this is just that artwork of Cars 1 McQueen that was on the trailer before. But it almost looks like they've edited it slightly because, I don't know, the coloring on the side there makes me think this is Hudson Hornet Piston Cup McQueen. I could be wrong. I think it's just the image from Cars 1. But regardless, looks nice. Rust-eze, the Hudson Hornet Piston Cup emblem, and then 95 Lightning McQueen again. Here you can see kind of what I was talking about on the side with that like dark red lightning bolt. It's got like a black outline to kind of show depth. It makes it look 3D. Very, very cool. Now, in the Chick hauler video, I'm doing a lot of comparisons to the Chick hauler video because that's pretty much the only other hauler I've reviewed outside of like Steve Karski, and that was years ago. Most Cars haulers actually open from the side, even though that is not accurate at all to the movie. Mack is the one exception. Mack, they've always kept accurate, which I really, really like. And basically what I mean is you can lift up the back of the bottom rather of the door, and you can pull it and the entire back extends. And of course the door goes down very slowly because it hasn't been used a whole lot. And yeah, now you have this nice ramp. I'm gonna have to like angle him up like this because I can't detach the trailer. But yeah, it's pretty generic inside. It's just this like gray plastic area for McQueen to kind of, you know, sit in. So he just sits in like that. And there's nothing like interesting happening on the inside. There's no like stickers or anything. It's just got this like little tool gun and a tool chest. So pretty boring. I definitely think like opening from the side allows for some more like creativity in terms of how you play with it, how you display it, etc. Whereas this is more accurate, but it comes at the cost of not really having room for anything inside or a lot of detail. But I loved this as a kid because you could recreate the iconic scene where, you know, the trailer comes down, McQueen's sleeping, and then he like slowly falls off. I think that's kind of fun. So I do love that they have kept that accurate. And yeah, you just kind of push it in like this and fold up the tongue. I keep saying tongue, the door. I guess it kind of looks like a tongue when it comes out. I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying that. I'm thinking of like shoe tongue kind of thing. It's kind of like the same idea. You know, you pull it up to get your feet in. I'm kind of all over the place with this review, and I'm not really sure why. I guess I'm just super excited to have like a new Mack in the collection, because I've had Cars 1 Mack since I was a kid, of course, and then I got Cars 3 Mack in 2018, and Jocko Flacco Mack like shortly before that. So I haven't really added any Macks to the collection since then. But yeah, I really hope that Mattel is gonna kind of like, I don't know. I think what's more likely going to happen is we're going to get a full-on hauler re-release of Cars 1 Mack, because last year they re-released just the cab, so I think this year, or not this year, but I think eventually we're going to get a full Cars 1 Mack hauler re-release. But I really want them to tackle some of the other Mack designs that they haven't done in diecast form yet, like Rust-eze Mack, Rust-eze Racing Center Mack, you know? I think all of those would be fun, especially Rust-eze Racing Center Mack, because now we're getting that like color change mobile Mack paint shop set. So I think that'd be fun if we had like the color change version and the diecast version. I think Mattel's done another plastic Rust-eze Racing Center Mack as well. They just haven't done a diecast one, so I'm hoping they do that next. That's my hope. But yeah, overall, very impressed with the quality of this diecast. Like Vietnam haulers honestly look pretty good. They're like pretty close to the original counterparts. My only gripe is the dark red on the cap. I don't really like that. It just clashes. I think they do it so that the like Rust-eze and the lightning bolts can stand out more on something, but I don't know. It just kind of looks a little weird to me. And of course, I don't really like the black outline around the eyes, but that was a problem long before Vietnam was making haulers, so I'm not going to fault them for that. But yeah, super happy this guy was re-released. Very nice diecast. Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this review and the Cars 2 Mack re-release itself. And yeah, I will see you all soon for another video. Bye now.